Howdy, howdy, howdy. How we doing, everybody? Welcome to the stream for tonight. Hope everyone's doing okay. I'm doing so-so because I have a lot of code that I need to redo and fix up. Hey Jesse, how you doing, buddy? So I decided to bite the bullet after last week. I had numerous things on the go that I wanted to start implementing in all of my code. I sort of had I've had the motion paths all set up, a new way of doing my motion paths that I needed to integrate. I had left my face rig stuff that I'd done previous months ago half done, so I needed to find a way of integrating that into all my rigs. I changed the way how a core component of my rigs gets parented, so I had to restructure some of my code to work around that. As well as just a laundry list of a bunch of other things. Like, I've been slowly getting through a list here, crossing one thing off. It's one of those things where you just make a big laundry list, and it's like one of those things where you're like, oh, I'll get to it at some point. That's future Robbie's problem. I am now future Robbie, and I'm now taking care of all these problems one after the other, one by one, slowly but steadily getting through all these small little things and creating something big. So I'm basically kind of trying to build just my general human again, doing every step, sort of like erroring after every step, just checking everything works, doing the next step, checking everything works, making sure I refactor everything I want to work. So I'm up to the point where I am creating elements of a face rig, and actually getting them implemented into a proper character rig this time. When I did my face rig a few months ago, we got it to a pretty decent state. It just wasn't really integrated into my rig, into my build scripts and everything. So we're structuring that now. And that's what I'm going to be looking at particularly tonight. So, yeah, nothing. It's all really the components of the face rig right now, where we're building like eyes, brows, nose, mouth. In fact, right now I'm focused on the lips, where we're slowly going through bit by bit and implementing new modules to them, so we can sort of see these locators here for the mouth are representing some things that I'm working on, where you can sort of, if we go into this attribute here, we've got a meet point that can go from the top to the bottom. We can zip locators to that meet point, so we need to now layer our controls on top of those. So we have those controls, or the ones that currently exist. We have another level of controls, then we have some sub-controls underneath those, etc, etc. So a bunch of things that we need to sort of implement. So should at least be interesting to see that develop visually tonight. And that's what's on the cards. So well, let's get started, shall we? Hey Umesh, just came here to drop a hello. Hope you're doing well. Won't be here for long as I'm packed with a lot of stuff since it's 5-day weeks. Oh, no worries, man. Thank you very much for dropping by at least. Did you have you had a break recently, right? A long weekend? Hope that went well. Back to the grind, I guess. Back immediately. You get that sweet, sweet time off and then boom, it's gone. So basically I'm going to be cannibalizing a bunch of stuff from my old scripts as we go, trying to neaten it up as we progress as well. So I need to find a bunch of controls in here. I think we want, yeah, these ones. Main L prefix. Oh yeah, okay. Let's actually, no, first I need the manipulators. Where are they? Or am I building? Oh, I am building those. So this is me going back to my old code as well and trying to figure it out. And this isn't really old code. This is code like I made a few months ago. Tree controls, push. Oh yeah, the push elements and things for lifting the lips up. Yeah, I might have to sort of just build some of my own for the time being. Because what does it go into? Main corner. Main corner. Mains. Okay, we do have some stuff. Yeah, it was great. And another 5-day vacation starting this Saturday to Wednesday. Oh, fantastic. Oh, it's a 5-day weekend. Oh, so you're wrapping up a bunch of stuff in there. Okay, sorry, I misread that. I thought you were saying you were just back to a 5-day work week, but you actually have more time off. And that sounds more like it. I can definitely say I do want that now. Okie dokie. So we got the top modules. We got that. Yeah, let's grab these bad boys. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Joe, my friend, how are you doing, buddy? Oh. Let's put this is going to go back into here. This might be a rather dry stream for you, Joe, if you're hanging around, buddy. It's all code and rebuilding stuff. Not interesting rig testing. Well, sort of rig testing, I suppose. Oh, hey, Gladnox. Gladnox, your name is Sam, correct? I'm trying to remember everyone. Yes, I got it. Fairly well, just thought I'd drop by and say hello. Well, hello, good sir. How's everything going for you? Yeah, keeping busy? Working on some sweet new animations, I'm assuming? So the bit where I ran the script, and that was dope. Well, it created a rig, somewhat. You can sort of see the bare bones of a face rig starting to come together here as I clean all of this stuff up. We got brows. They're all working. You can grab these and you can... Ooh, actually, I need to make sure they are unlocked on the rotation. So you can go, oh, make him sad. Or you can unlock and hide. You can make him angry. Lift the eyebrows, all that good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so trying to get all the functionality for the jaw and mouth set up right now. I've got like a tongue, I've got the mouth open and everything. That's all good to go. Yeah, just the lips. They're busy, busy, busy. All with a bunch of joints and controls around that area. So just cleaning that all up. Still freelancing. Yes, I am freelancing at the moment. Actually, today's been busy. I've done... I had lunch with my friend. Then I had an interview. Then I had... I've been teaching rigging at an online school in Norway, which is a little weird. But that's wrapping up this week. So I did that today, and now I'm streaming. So I'm like one thing after the other today. Bam, bam, bam. It's been a strangely busy day for me. Outside of just me generally sitting at my computer staring at code and everything. Oh, so, Sam Gladnox, how was your viewing of Cool as Ice? Definitely have to hear your thoughts on the film. Hope the interview... Dude, I just take, like... I've been the king of interviews this year. I'm just trying to see what's out there and see what I can get. I found that of maybe 99% of the interviews I do, like maybe, of all of the interviews I do, like 99% of them, nothing ever comes of it sort of thing. It's just the nature of freelancing, you know, stuff comes and goes away. They need you 1 second, then they don't need you the next. So I just like interviewing, having a good time, chatting to people, and just kind of go in with the expectation, probably nothing's going to come out of it. But if I saturate myself enough, eventually something's going to come my way, right? Something a little bit more permanent. Rehud's buddy, welcome. Okay, so number of main transforms. We got 3 of those. I fell asleep halfway through. Happens when you start watching at midnight-ish. Yeah, that's what you need to sort of give yourself enough time to get the full Vanilla Ice experience. Make sure you give him enough of your time, right? Okay, so yeah, basically with all these modules that I'm setting up, I'm getting rid of all this faff and just doing a thing where you've got one name, manipulator name. Oh, hey, Aborna, how you doing, bud?
Less Geo.
Either super crazy, busy, or completely dead. Yeah, I've had some work.
Words of wisdom.
Drop that zero and get with the hero. We got all the Vanilla Ice stuff coming through. Yeah, the past few months have actually been quite good for me. I did some freelance work for a company in America, copying some skin clusters and things, building some characters for a game they were working on. Online studio called Superseed, who act as sort of like kind of outsourcey kind of things. So that was really, really cool. Got to sort of see under the hood and how games are made in a bit more detail. I mean, the stuff I was doing was like, fairly straightforward on my part. Yeah, Superseed's really good. Like, the folks in charge are super awesome. Got a bunch of cool talent. So yeah, I don't know. I might actually get my name in a credit of a game that's coming out fairly soon, which is kind of cool. I did some work with them. Oh, awesome. Oh yeah, that's really good. Cool. Yeah, somebody recommended me to them, or them to me on Twitter. Who was it? I think Sol did. And it took a few months for stuff to sort of come in, but when it came in, I had like a month solid of work, which was really good. Dude, game skin clusters are so tubular when you're on like 5 max influences. Yeah, I mean, it sort of depends. Like the game I was on was maybe a bit more in the restrictive side, but like there's other ones for Unreal and things where, you know, I guess like joint limits and influence limits aren't really that persistent anymore. But I did learn a few things about like optimization and things to like avoid. So it's all slowly accumulated experience, right? So this one... Yeah, I think I use 5 as default on my characters, actually. I was looking at my bind skin thing, and I think my influences are set to 5. So, although I don't know... Yeah, I mean, I still use that to create skin clusters, so... I think maybe I just do that by default. Does NG Skin Tools ignore max influences? I'm not sure. Never really thought about it. When your lot is only a few polys, though, it can be hard. Yeah. Yeah, so I've been teaching... Borna Matthias got me... Single Team Matthias. Norwegian Matthias. He got me some work teaching... basic rigging at like a Norwegian university for a few weeks when one of his mates teachers is off sick. So I've been like trying to condense all my rigging skills down to like their most basic simplistic form to teach to these people who have never like really had much experience building stuff in Maya. I think I like completely overwhelmed them the first day. I was teaching them with like joint orients and stuff. I'm like, okay, simplify it down point by point. Let's go. Make joints, make locators, make controls to control the locators, so on and so forth. It's been really good fun. You have to do some postscript set on NG to clamp it back down. Yeah, I thought it did that, yeah. Hockey. So, I think I don't even want to do it this way.
I'm seeing double here.
4 crusties! Yeah, I am going to steal from you because I don't want to.
Cassie.
Cat. It's always a weird. That's actually Cat saying the cat thing. Welcome, Cat. It's always a weird feeling trying to go back and explain stuff that's just fundamentals or not. See, that's the thing as well, Joe. Because I do these streams, and people who are in here are generally more rigging focused, have experience and everything. I'm more familiar with just like throwing stuff out there, more higher concept sort of things. So having to sort of go back to the basics, like what I would have to learn when I was back in university days, it took me a few tries to sort of get a hold of it. Back in the day, I didn't know there was a difference between parent constraints and parenting in Maya. I don't think I knew that for maybe about 6 months or a year or something like that. So, I mean, if I can learn that, then anybody can, really. Trying to explain Orients with code to just do stuff that can... Yeah, exactly. I can't teach them code as well. Code is going to be a bit too advanced, so it's all like manual stuff, right? It's probably not rigging in Maya because my introduction was 8 hours straight of rigging a hand. Hey, that counts. Rigging a hand is good fundamentals. You can do FK chains, and even you could do like little aim things for the metacarpals and stuff like that. Me looking at the screen. What's a nerb? You're a nerb. You're such a nerb, bruh. I gotta do something. There's something I can do with nerbs. Join the nerb crew. So let's screw that. We're gonna do... Alright, so this is main L. Main top L. Let's do that. Man, we've got so many people in here tonight. What is in the water? Why are there so many people talking? But welcome, Marin. How you doing? How is everything going? Job search going good? I'm going to play some Apex and lurk. Cat, make sure to report back and tell us how much you kick ass, obviously, how much you win. Because I'm sure you're definitely going to be dominating everyone, right? Okay, so main. Oh, Yes. How do I want to do this? Main layer prefix. Nope, I want main layer module. Layer prefix. Then we want to replace M. Oops. Oh. And we want to replace it with L. This is getting a bit long, but I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. And we want that to be self top string. Yep. Doing fine. Still waiting to get news. Gonna do some other applications this week. What about me? So overall, I've been pretty good. I've been quite busy. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I've did a giant blister on my hand from bouldering the other day. So that's something new in my life, where I have to take a break this week in order to let my giant blister heal, which has been fun when I'm trying to, work at the same time. It's in the padding area of the hand, right? So tons of movement around there. Very annoying to work with. So, reference transform. We want you to be top. What can I do? Main zip top element transforms 0. Do constrain, no, do world space local, left side, parent space. We do want that to be this one. And what do we want the attribute string to be? Zip? I think that should work. Let's try doing this for the top ones first of all. Just make sure this all works. Oh!
I said up in.
Thank you very much for the subscription there, Borna. I very much appreciate it, good sir. We need a viewport VTuber of just rig scale. Actually, yeah, I've been wanting to do like VTuber stuff, which is one of the reasons I tried to build up my face rigging pipeline a bit, just so, because I want to get an iPhone, attach it to my head, and just do some of the ARC-kit stuff, to extract faces and things. I think that'd be really cool because I've never tried it. Never tried it like personally, just like using my own stuff. So. Yeah, because I got a new phone recently. I got a Google Pixel because I was like, do I want to change over from Android to iPhone just so I can use that stuff? But no.
But can you put it back together
with quickness? It's not that difficult. I made one last week. Well, MetaHuman. Yeah, I think the process now is so straightforward. It's just your extract, or like it dials out a bunch of like values, right, for like jaw open, brow furrow, brow razor, things like that, you know, standard facts kind of things, and then you just got to like input those values into something to drive your rig. Like conceptually, I don't think it's too difficult to go through. I just want to make sure I've got everything set up for it. I'm waiting for the Eunice to deliver me a free iPhone before I start VTubing. Dude, I reckon, like, I'm interested to see, like, the possibilities of just getting, like, an iPhone and what that could do to sort of, like, boost productivity of just, like, face rig utilization as well. So if you need to do, like, a bunch of face rigging, it's just like, okay, do a quick first pass via an iPhone, use that as the base, and see how much you need to, like, take away or add to it. Because I'm not actually sure. I've seen it used back in the day when I was at Alt VFX. They had a nice setup using, I think, before Apple acquired that company that does all of the face stuff. They had like their own app, and you could get a camera to track everything, and it was from that, and they used that for like the basis of all their facial animation. It was really sick. So yeah, I'm hoping stuff has only gotten better since then. The face camera is the only thing worth it. Yeah, exactly. I just need to buy like a second-hand one or something. I reckon that'd be cool. M to M. Well, that's fine. Let's just leave it as that. Come back and fix that. I want that to be uno mas. And from M to R. That one to be 2. And this one to be 2. Yeah, because my whole philosophy this year has been trying to broaden my rig pipeline to include a bunch of things, like include motion capture and everything. So facial motion capture is something I really want to look at as well. I just need to get all these face rigs up and running first of all. Been thinking the same thing for about 2 years now. No, Asaf, I haven't heard from Asaf in a while. He's doing his own. He's got his own cool stuff, right? His Mansur rig or whatever his stuff is. Oh, did he? Oh, sick. Okay, yeah, I'll maybe reach out to him as well. Yeah, I'll give him some pointers for, I mean, the basics that I know about streaming. It's not that much, all things considered. The only thing I know about streaming is you gotta have lots of Vanilla Ice things that can play in the background. Yeah. Oh, it's his full-time job as well. That's sick. Yeah, was he working for... He was doing some stuff for a D&D company, right? A miniature company? Is he still doing that stuff? Or not anymore? Yeah, he's still doing Eldritch Foundry stuff. Yeah, cool. He must be earning the mad cash, though, so... Props to him. That's what I need to do, man. God. Because he does day job, ringing dev, and it's dad, yeah. The true passions in our lives, you know. How's your bubba going, Borna? Teething, oh boy, that's gonna be fun, I'm sure. Is it like a dog where they bite everything? A small human-sized dog? Oh boy. Yeah, are you slowly getting more sleep now, or is it still pretty much non-existent? Pretty reliable, he goes to shoot. Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, that's better then. Yeah, because from what I hear from most people I've like worked with when they had a new kid, it's like the early months that really suck, right? Alright, let's see how we did here. So we can hide those elements because we don't need them. We got... That's R. Are they all in the right location? What is going on, and why are they under all manipulator? Elements. Oh, am I not specifying the override? I will probably have to do that. Ah, yeah. It's going into the all layer, not in the main layer, that's why. But it looks like it is working beyond that. Five to 6 months is fucking brutal. Yeah, dude, you can't have personal projects when all that's going on. You're just going to paint your Warhammer figurines and be happy with it, right? I guess that counts as a personal project. Oh man, getting that routine, I've heard, is the best thing you can do. So it's great, worked out. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Alright, so we got those. Let's do it for the bots now. So this is main manipulators. Actually, while I'm here, let's go back to... What was I doing? Oh, it's on the... Oh, I'll go back to that on the head and on the brow in a bit. That one. You can be bot string. Bot string, bot string. That's all good. That one needs to be bot element. Oopsie doodle. Whoopsie doodle. And let's make those build. And what we can probably do is, do I want to hide the elements layer? I probably do. Build main elements. Let's go command set enter self main layer module. Let's find the elements hierarchy. Let's pop that into an F string and set the visibility to 0. Just so all that stuff don't override. Are you updating? Oh, have I not changed the names of those? No, I did not. What? Oh, okay. I changed the name of one of them, but not all of them. Smooth moves, Wario. Born, are you excited for Darktide coming out as well? That's going to be up your alley, right? So. My mates have been keen to play Vermintide, but I haven't been... It's like a really big install, and I haven't been keen on it. But when I saw Darktide is 40k, I was like, okay, I can get into that a bit more. Played an hour or so. Environment looked amazing. Gameplay so narrative was gut. I mean, it's like a Left 4 Dead-y sort of horde shooter, team-based shooter, right? I guess you can't get too much narrative out of it. Oh, is in gut as in good, or gut as in it was gutted? Good as in good. Okay, that's good. MM. Face L main top output. Best in class is Back 4 Blood. Back 4 Blood? Oh man. I played it a bit with my mates as well. The guys who want to get into Darktide and Vermintide. Yeah, it was... I liked it conceptually. I just, yeah, I don't know. The aesthetics of it I didn't enjoy. And the one thing that Left 4 Dead did really good was differentiation of like the special infected by like their silhouette and everything. Because you get like the 3 types of the same special infected in Back 4 Blood, and you can never tell which is which. because their cries all sound the same and their silhouette is very similar as well. It's just like, yeah, like core gameplay sort of things I reckon could have been improved on that. But I did have fun playing it. And I played it. Did I buy it? No, I got it through like Game Pass, I think, Xbox Game Pass. So, you know, it was worth the $11 I paid per month for it or whatever. So we've got bot string. Why are you not working? Oh, because I haven't swapped over the dictionaries. This is why I need to pay attention when I'm doing this stuff. Because I easily leave things out. Let's do that with a muss. Best AI since Left 4 Dead. Dark Tide is just hordes of goons, more or less. Ah, that sucks. Although these days, like, I get so little time to actually play games. Like, the games I play, I just want them to be, like, relaxing, mowing down a bunch of people sort of things. Like, I used to love playing RimWorld and things. Actually, RimWorld's got a new expansion coming out this week. But it's one of those games that you just get sucked into so much. And you spend hours and hours and hours setting up colonies and things. Like, sort of ends up feeling like work, like Factorio or something like that. Like, I used to play Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster and those kind of games, but it just felt like work. It's like literally because you're like constructing stuff from polys and building like elaborate structures and stuff, which is really cool, but I'm like, I do that enough day to day, you know? When you play RimWorld, you start at 8 p.m. and then 10 minutes later, yes, exactly, look outside and it's 2 a.m. That's exactly it, Jesse. That's been me for like years now. Every time they release a new expansion, I'm like, oh no, here we go again. Oh shit, here we go again. Oakley dokley, we got these going. Cool, cool, cool. We can open that up. I can grab the move control, which needs to be in a better position, but I'll do that later. Got a meeting. Catch you later. Catch Warner, thank you very much for dropping by, my friend, and thank you for the sub again. Very much appreciated. Yeah, cool. These are going good now. So we can do the zips, and we can change the meat point up and down. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so with those... what do I want to call the ones that you put in between? In betwixt. I'm going to call them like sub-references? How many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add these in. Main, top, sub-references. Because basically, what I'm going to do, folks, is... if you don't understand what's going on, for the basics of the face rig, we're starting off with a few very specific control points. So we have the upper and lower, which are driven by the face and the jaw respectively. So you can move this upper part, and it moves those 3 locators. You can move this lower part, it moves those 3. You got these in the corner, which you can drag out. So I want to put sub-controls in the middle of all of these locators, which are sort of like driven 50-50 by all the main ones around them. And that sort of gives you enough sort of sub-control over all these ellipses. We set something up like that a few months ago. It's the same sort of setup. I'm just trying to clean it and refine the layout of everything. Yeah, because these... ooh, I'm going to make sure that I actually flip the right-hand side as well. That's that one. Dags0019, welcome, welcome. Thank you very much for speaking up for the first time. Save the stream. These streams do get saved. So the VODs are up for 2 weeks on Twitch. So if you ever want to refer to something that I'm using as tutorial advice or something like that, they will be up for a while. After those 2 weeks, I upload them to my YouTube, so you'll be able to...
Save our seats.
Yeah.
Will do.
Hello.
Oh. You'll be able to get them there. Yeah, I had a few requests from people saying like, oh, they leave Twitch, where do they go? I'm like, oh, they don't go anywhere. Should probably upload them to my YouTube account that never gets utilized. Okay, so we got that. Let's do... Oh, and these... How do I want to set them up? I think I can just do them... World space orient is fine. World space... Because the scaler is going to flip it around, so that should be good. But if I need to reorient these, what did I see with... That one's world, but slightly offset. And that one's mirrored, so you can go like that. That's good. Makes me feel like I should reduce my controls a bit. That's actually something I'm toying a bit with now, Sam. Like before, when I was looking at my old script, I was like, this is maybe too many controls, but that amount of control may be necessary. Like especially with phase controls, like depending on the kind of rig you're doing, you may need that super finite detail. So it's good to have sort of like the capacity to do it, even if you don't do it every single time. Incorrect. More controls is always better. Yeah, see, Studio Gold knows what's up. I'm thinking if you slurp in between those two controls, that would probably give a nice result. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So sort of like the idea is you have a curve, which is driven by these locators. So you have like one that's here, one in the middle, one there, one there. So it sort of creates this nice, even curvature to everything that sort of replicates a human mouth pretty good. And then you put a joint chain, utilizing my fantastic new point on curve setup along here, and should be good. That is the plan. I'm just trying to lay it all out in a way that sort of like makes sense in the script and everything as well. I would build my old face rig, but I don't know if it works anymore with all the changes we're doing. So these ones, let us change this one to be top sub. Because these are going to be sort of like the sub controls, which I still might want to rename at some point to something different, but for now this should be fine. And we go into the main references, so we can build those. Can just add them on. Plus equals self sub top plus self main bot sub references. And we've got the top and the bot there. Ah, yes, this works pretty good. Okay, I can do that easily. So let's add top sub. And we can do bot sub. All this talk of tops and bots and subs. This is a very interesting stream. So we go sub. What do I call it? Main top sub references based on the top curve. And goes yeah. But now, what are the values that I want? Let's open up fucking calculator. I think I want just divided by 2? Yeah, 1.25. I think that should be fine. So let's go with 375. 0.625 and 875. I think that should be good. Am I deleting those in the script? Yeah, let's not delete those for a second and just see how that goes. Sub and bot demand a consent suffix. Yeah, yeah. Okie dokie. So with all of these, I think everything, you should sort of see what the layout is going to be. Although, oh, did I do this along the top for that? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the bot curve. That would be why. So that's all nice and laid out. We'll just need to implement the other ones in amongst it. So, with that, actually I'm running dangerously low on tea. I'm going to need to do a quick stock up, so I will be right back in 2 minutes, folks. Catch you in 1 second. And we back. Back with a fresh bit of tea. Fresh-ish, anyway. I've been drinking it all day. Okay. So we got that. Yep, we got all that sorted. Let's do... oh man, yeah, it's gonna be a lot to lay out. Shit. Do I want to go that route? I kind of do. I mean, it's a lot to lay out, but it is good for sort of reference in the future. Sub L. Change that to module. I'll change up the music a bit. Let's go. 2. That's main, top. Sub. Zero. Main zip. Top sub references. Well, we don't want it to be constrained to that. Let's do that as none. Oops, because we can do the constraints in a bit of script. How do I want to go about naming these? Naming is probably irrelevant at this stage. We can come back to it. So we got that. Call that one 1. That one can be 1. That's the left scale. That's all good. Then we swap over to the other side. So we got now R, R, R. Yeah, this is all stuff that I can probably put into a much simpler script than laying them all out one by one. There might not be a need for it. We shall see. Oops. Let's make sure we go back into here and change that to right side scale. So we can go the other way. Not right side, right scale. That's it. Open up yeah. Open up use. Add use. And that should be alright. Ah! Come back. Come back, Zinc. Alright, let's see how that goes. Now I can delete the references. Probably done. Yep. Fucking knew it. It was. That's oh, they're not getting deleted. Why not? Self main top sub references main bot sub references. Let's get rid of them. Question: where do rig reviews sit on the fun versus work spectrum? Is it conceivable you write a story and someone reads it for free, but asking them edit for free would be asking for unpaid labor? Not sure where rig reviews fit onto the spectrum. As in, like, sort of asking if someone was cool to review your rig, sort of thing. Studio Gold, is that what you're asking? Yeah, like, it sort of depends. Like, I think some people are sort of open to critiquing. Like, I think there was a whole bunch of discourse on Twitter a few weeks ago talking about, like, mentorships and whether people should pay for mentorships and things like that. And I think it sort of depends on, like, what is, like, determined as a mentorship. Like, is someone, like, going one-on-one with you every week, getting, like, 3 hours worth in or something like that? You're paying them for all this stuff, but you're getting benefit from it. It's like working with, or, like, sort of shadowing somebody in a studio or something like that, you know, shadowing a senior. I think it sort of depends. Like, generally, I'm open to, like, looking at rigs if people are wanting to send them my way. I think as long as you don't expect them to edit it afterwards, just give an honest review. Yeah, something like that, right? You're just saying, like, look, I maybe wouldn't do it things this way, or I'd organize it this way, because obviously, like, rigging itself is going to be very, like, the rigs I open up from one person are going to be very different to another person, you know? So there will be some sort of, like, subjectivity, objectivity sort of issues between them and, like, how people like to work and everything. But it's definitely easier to critique things, I suppose, like skinning, like defamation and things like that, because that can be a bit more... you can definitely see where issues come up a lot more easier. It's like, oh, you could do something in here to make the leg deform a bit better or something like that, you know? Maybe I should do something like that on the stream if people want me to look at their rigs or something. That'd be interesting. Let's get rid of those. Open that up. Cool. They are all in between. Betwixt. Yep, sweet. Okay, that's working. Top and replace that. Replace that with butt. That works. These bad boys. Okay, so we should see... Oh, I need to go back and... Where's the move reference? Move reference comes in... main. Get rid of you as well. I think when it comes to, like, giving general advice as well, like me in particular, like, I don't mind doing streams like this where I sort of run through all of my tech and the ideas behind it and, like, show off, like, this is how I build my rigs and things like that. I think where I draw the line, where it would be, like, if someone was asking me to, like, go through everything step by step so they could copy it, one, like, write out sort of thing, that's where I probably have more of an issue. If you're using it as sort of like inspiration and using it to guide the way you want to rig or whatever, I think that's fine. But obviously, like, if you're giving out information for free, if you're sharing your stuff, I think people should be sort of respectful of that. And people who are, like, you know, who choose to subscribe here and stuff, like, that's a way of helping sort of, like, motivate me to keep doing this and support me as I'm working freelance and things like that. So... you know, there's ways you can, like, assist people after, you know, if you say, like, hey, you know, there's this rig I've got, can you give it a review, or can you look at my portfolio and see what you think? And afterwards, if you want to, like, I don't know, use Coffee and shoot them a, was it Ko-fi, K-O-F-I, that website where you can, like, send people tips and things like that. Like, I think that's probably a nice thing to do. Yes, okay, we got everything working. We just need to make sure all these other ones are following in between. In betwixt. So, old Fasse, where are you? The norms are very idiosyncratic, but also people can get very touchy if you try. I think it sort of depends on who you're asking as well. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like people on rigging Twitter, very scary. I know some people are. Some people are big shit posters and things, and it can be sort of like weird asking for them for advice sometimes. Or generally, you'll just get unsolicited advice sort of thing. That also happens as well. Twitter is scary in general. I think I'm normally just like, I'm just happy to reach out and talk to people, I guess. It's the word director in the name. Oh, yeah, I suppose so, yeah. That's the, you know, it implies some kind of control over things. We have no control. Tweak manipulator. Is that what I call them? Tweak manipulators? Oh, this is probably a good way of working, actually. Alright, let's sort of organize things that way. Def build main manipulator constraints. Let's set that up and pop y'all in here. Then let's do temp list, because we are okay. So self corner or corner L manipulator module. Then we want it to be the main top sub 0 manipulator module in the middle, and we want main top L manipulator module. I think that's what we want. I literally don't ask Critter because you can ask a question like this and people instantly assume evil intent. I don't think people would assume evil intent. I think they're, especially if you're like new, or just like, you know, not as senior as some other people, I should probably say, as not like new. But yeah, it's just a way of like saying, hey, I'd like some advice. Is anybody willing to give it? You can always like put up an open question as well and see if people want to, like, hey, would anybody be interested in giving advice, or like, are there people out there who, if people come to you, you'd be okay in like giving out advice and stuff like that. So like, some people may be offended at the idea, but other people will be like, hell yeah, dude, like anytime. So we've got the top, we've got the M, that is 1. Actually, why did I duplicate that? Okay. I have good experience with Twitter, honestly. Many nice people. See, there we go. Testimonials. Oopsie doodle. Want that one to be right. And I want that one to be 1R. And then we go R to 0 to corner. Let's duplicate that. Let's rename that the top. Let's rename that to bot. So that should all be good. Bot. Cool. So for module list in temp list. So we go.
Words of wisdom.
Oh.
Drop that 0 and get with the hero.
Twitter brought me to this stream, so that's already a win. Yeah, damn right. Yeah, if anybody like wants to ask for advice and stuff on here, I'm always happy to give it. The main thing is you're here engaging in everything, that is generally what I prefer. You know? So it's the benefit of everyone who's getting it, you know, when I'm talking about the stuff or discussing through things with everyone. Parent a module equals module list 0. Parent B is that, and child module equals 1. And then from there, parent constraint. Let's find our space constraint so we can copy that. Parent A, dictionary. Got that into the child module. Oh boy, how do I want to call this? This probably isn't one. We can just call that parent A. That's fine. So if all of this works out the way I think it should, this should be a really quick way of parent constraining all of those manipulators, the sub-manipulators in between all the parent ones. I think. Let's see how that goes. Yeehaw. If we just get through without any errors, I'll be shocked. Huh! We did. We got to my test error, which is good. Good lord, did this actually work? Let's open up the private and see. It's working! It's working! It's working!
Yo, man, that's a great
Philosophy.
but, like, can you put it back together?
Yeah! Okay, sick. This is working. Cool, 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 cool. Alright, well, with that, what do I want to do now? I need to do controls, and I also need to thread a curve through them all. Ooh, Luke Mile 2, or Luke Mileto? Mileto? Welcome. How you doing? How'd you find the stream? Are you a rigger? Let us know. Not really a rigger. What do you do? 3D stuff? Any game dev kind of things? Did you find us find the stream through Twitch or through Twitter? Or I think most people come here from my Twitter account. We got that, so we definitely need to do build main controls. Found through Twitter. Yep, see, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't think many people have found this stream just through like browsing through Twitch. I'm probably at the very, very bottom of all those lists. So self build main controls. Where do I want to build curves in the main? I kind of do. Main curves. I like a rig with curves. NURBS curves. So we want to do curves. I did but subscribe to a lot of 3D animation stuff, mostly Blender. Oh, right. Yeah, Blender's the place to be these days. I've seen a lot of cool geometry node stuff on Twitter today. I think it was trending or something, so that was cool. Fortunately, I had a huge fever last night. Oh, that's unfortunate, dude. It wasn't COVID, was it? That's what I ask everybody now. Was it COVID? Was it COVID? Anytime they're sick or anything. It's actually not COVID so much these days, especially in Australia. It's gone down a lot. So I want this to be main base curve. Self main. Main top curve. Oh, yes. Because I need to do up curves as well. Yes, okay, so. Dot base curve. Well, let's do the. Okay, we'll do the bases first, and then we'll add the ups in, because that's not too bad. Self main top up curve, which is why I added all that functionality to my manipulators, so you can just quickly build another up transform, which is good in these situations. Went through some sickness last week too. COVID has become a weird... Yeah, exactly. Hope not, especially that I always keep in mind in wearing a mask. Yeah, it's good to still wear masks. I think that's one of the things, like... I really wish the world picked up a bit more. Just like the politeness of wearing masks when you sleep. When you're sick. You can wear a face mask if you sleep as well. That's fine. Because that's something a lot of like my friends from Asian countries did, especially like back in high school days. I remember my friends from Japan. It was just like common courtesy for them to like wear face masks when they were sick, and we were always like, "What are they doing? Why are they wearing masks?" Just they had a cold, you know, didn't want to spread it around. And I wish after COVID times that just became more normal. But for some reason, people find masks so restrictive, and I don't know, I just can't fathom it, guys. Like, I get they're slightly uncomfortable, but it's like for the benefit of everyone. Hey, oh well. Top string. That's the up string. String. Now, how do I want to build the curves? I believe, where are my nubs? Nubs curves. I've got scripts somewhere. Oh, it's right below face builds. That would make sense. So we want to build transforms. What is it? Build curve at transforms. Build curve driven by locator transforms. That's what we want.
Why would they come to our concert just to boo us?
Corny Popo, thank you very much for the follow. I wish the name was Corny Poo Poo, but Corny Popo is also very good as well. I guess you probably can't have the name Corny Poo Poo on Twitch. Might get you banned. But if you want to introduce yourself, feel free to do so. Love to hear about where people come from, what they do here on this stream. So what do I want to do? Do I want to do this? Do I want to build the dictionaries up here? Sort of do. Main top base dictionary. Transforms. Set that up. Curve name. Need to be self top base curve and degrees can be 3. So with that, let's take you, put you down here. Motion paths, build that, and we can replace our things here with main top curve. Oh, I should probably call that top curve dictionary. That would make more sense. Let's update that. Excellent. Okay, that's set up. Right. Oh, it's not motion paths. That's that is NURBS curves. Oh, okay. Now comes the part where I've got to put all of these goddamn things together. Can I steal them? It's going to be the easiest way. Oh boy. Okay, well, let's... why is that all so lousy? Why are you inserting weird, bro? Okay, whatever. Because I just want to steal. Something's going on. What's going on? Because of that? What am I missing? Everything's got a comma. Thanks for joining, Rehards. Have a good day, man. Enjoy your meeting. Why is this dictionary? Oh, really? It was because of that? No, okay. I guess that's fine. Do you have an opinion on blend shapes versus bones for facial animation? It depends. Time and place for both. Both can be very beneficial in different ways. I am setting up my face rigs to be joint-based, primarily, just because I think it has more capacity to be open-ended for different characters. So if I wanted to transfer some good parts of a facial rig from a human to, say, like a tiger or a crocodile or something, it would be easier for me to fashion the things I use to build those joint rigs around. I think it would be easier to swap from one character to another, so I could sort of reuse elements more easily. I think face shapes are really, really good. I just, personally, I don't think I'm at a high enough level of modeling to make them be sort of like useful in my own rigs. If you're doing photorealistic human characters, if you're in a like top tier studio AAA games or like, you know, a Weta or a Digital Domain or ILM or whatever, like face shapes are the way to go because they have the most detail. And you can, you know, do a bunch of combination shapes to make them clean and everything. But generally these studios have like quite robust face pipelines as well as face sculptors that all they do is just sculpt face shapes and things like that. So it's like time and place sort of thing. You could also do combos as well, like do joints as sort of like the base layer and do corrective shapes over the top. That's something that's done as well. In fact, I think like metahumans in Unreal are sort of based in that kind of idea. They've got like different LOG joint structures and things and different levels of face sculpts for, you know, from level 1 to level 7 or whatever it is. So they're quite comprehensive. This is corner L manipulator module. Yeah, catch your rehards. Why? What is going on? I just feel like I'm free selecting right now. That's not good. Like, why is it? Just not insert. I feel like something's going on in my pie chart. It feels like it's doing something wrong. It's not clicking where I want it to click. But I don't know if I'm just crazy. Oh well. Like when I click, it should be like snapping to there, right? Am I mad? Why is it like... It's also easier to make shape keys from a joint-based setup than the other way. Yeah, like, what you could do, you could have, like, a joint as a base. You know, you can still have facial action coding system sort of ideas driving those joints. But the joints also act as sort of like a tweaker layer. So that's the kind of idea I want to have for my face rigs eventually, is sort of just, like, have a separate rig off to the side of the face, which is more fax-based. So if you want to layer on those sort of like arc kit shapes or whatever, it's going to be a way of just like dialing them on and off. But then the animator can also pick the controls underneath and use them to tweak shapes into something a bit better, or, you know, do a secondary pass or something like that. Something I've always wanted to do for like years, like since 2016 or something, but I've just never had the chance to get around to doing it. Yeah, something is definitely up with my pie chart. I might need to close it and open it again. I swear I'm not crazy. Currently rigging 60 plus blend shapes for the face. Probably overkill, but I might later. Yeah, like, yeah. I think if you've got enough time to spend sculpting the shapes, it's probably like a pretty good option. Best of both worlds. Yeah, basically, Marin. Yeah, that's right. Like, take the elements that work the best for both and pop them together. Gotta face the facts. So we got done. I think that should work. Yeah, something is definitely going on. Yeah, what's going on? Why is PyCharm acting like this? I am going to close PyCharm. And hopefully that fixes the problem. When in doubt, close everything. There we go, that's working now. So for whatever reason, when I was clicking, it was like clicking with all the spaces out to that like area. Like, why the fuck would you want that? Why'd you hurt me like that, PyCharm? Right, with that done. We got the curve. Let's do a quick test on that. We can't specify the parent. Actually, that should be fine for the time being. So we should see a curve going through all of those joints I created on the top lip, and we can use that to drive our joints. Looks like it's been created. Let's toggle those polys. Let's hide those face references. That's all working like so. Cool. And if we open YAR, once we move these around, we can start tweaking everything, and you can start seeing how we can start shaping our characters' lips. Get a nice smile. here. All right, so we got the top one. We now need to do the bottom, and then we need to do an up curve and a up curve for the top and the bottom as well, because that's going to be used to influence the orientation of the joints that we put along that curve. So many modules. Can definitely clean this stuff up. So we go bot base curve. Let's grab all of ya. Top to bot. Easy done. Let's generate that curve. And then we need to do the ups. So for the corners, wait, no, that's controls. Oh yeah, I need to do controls as well, of course. Open up manipulators. Let's figure out the stuff we need to use. Do up transform and up transform vector. Do I have those specified anywhere? No, but that would be a good thing to do. So what these do is basically adds another locator under the existing locator I use for my manipulators, and we can use that as an easy way to drive up curves that are already sort of attached to existing control. True. So let's go up vector equals, let's do it just on the y-axis for the time being. We can always change that later. Like so. Specify it for the corners, and then we need to do it for all of our main ones. So for God, this is going to take a second. This is why I probably should have found a way of doing these in a for loop or something. And I still may do that in the future. It's just easier for me right now to visualize everything if it's just all laid out like this. Oh, God. How many are there? Does anybody have interesting projects that they're currently working on? Either at work or at home? Love to hear what people are up to. There we go, that's all good. So from here, so we got bot, up curve, up curve, up curve, and up curve. And instead of manipulator transform, oh, actually, what is it? Up transform? Manipulator up transform. Go. Let's see if these all build. And we should hopefully see all of these controls coming through. Finishing pipeline for open source ASL avatar. Ah, is that why you're working on the finger rigs? That would make sense. Did you have to do like IKs for the fingers to sort of like get cool, make certain hand expressions? Or was it all FK stuff? That would be really cool to work on, actually. Just finished 2 physical mini sculptures. Oh, that's cool. Satanistic red panda and a dabbing stormtrooper. Good lord. Oh, I think I might have seen the stormtrooper on Twitter the other day. Was that I think I saw that on Twitter, right? Oh, actually, that's way too high. Let's turn that down. Actually, probably want it to be out forward. Do we want it to be up? Probably up, just not as much. Let's change. Where'd I put the up vector? Let's do that way smaller. We mocapped a lot, over 200,000 motions. Damn. Working on making face easier to animate, blend shapes. Might look to build a bone version of the face. Yeah, If you could sort of like, if you had an existing sort of like set of faces for reference, that could sometimes be a good starting point as well. If you can like extract it from scans or things like that. Yeah. Because what I like to use is something like R3DS Wrap. If you have like a set of scans, even if you sort of like go and buy a set of scans sort of thing, like you can just use a program like R3DS, or I think there's some Blender plugins as well that you can sort of like pull a lower resolution geometry and sort of like snap it over the face to so it's sort of like the geometry matches up. R3DS is really good with that, and I'm pretty sure I've seen a Blender plugin that sort of like allows you to move things around in a similar way. Because you could use that as like a base and just mass extract things and then clean them up as well. That's an alternative that might be a good option. Yeah, basically, like these days, I very rarely try and do things from scratch. I will always try and reuse some element. So if I've set up a human biped character before, I will get the geometry from that, snap it to the new geometry using 3DS Wrap, R3DS Wrap, and then copying the skin across and like use that as a basis every single time. Reuse, recycle. Makes things so much easier. Hamana. Oh god, I gotta do all the controls. Yeah, I definitely need to simplify this all. Alright, I'm gonna come back to these controls, because I want to find a better way of laying all this shit out. It's way too complicated. Let's do, I think I need like an output layer or something. I don't want to do the push stuff just yet. Yeah, this is cleaner. Good point on curves. Then build the out joints. Yeah, okay, that works way better. Let's do it that way. How much time? I'll probably stream for another about 30 minutes or so. And then we'll wrap up from there. So, still got time to add some of these output point on curve things just before we call it a night. Very bored during the pandemic. Why swap from 2D to 3D? Never make anything more than... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, 2D, it's just redraw, all the same stuff all the time. Good fun, but yeah, definitely takes a bit of patience, right? Yeah, a friend of mine who's like never animated before was asking me like, could you give me some pointers on how to do like stop motion animation? And I'm like, oh god, You chose like the most difficult one to jump in on, right? The one that is like the most time consuming and takes the most sort of like patience and skill to do. But, you know, bless him for wanting to try. So this is going to be out. Actually, yeah, we should do out curves. I don't think we should keep them. Yeah, so build out curves, build out point on curves, build out joints. Point. Let's pop that there. Pop that there. Alright, we got that. So let's move all of these bad boys. Let's pop them in there. Get rid of that main curve one. And we will rename those. Out. Out is standing for output, essentially. Actually, we will need to make a new layer as well, so let's go back up to the layer section. Want that to be out string. Swap that. Oh boy, no, I should have selected that because it's going to be everywhere. Let's just shove it in there. So, we want that to be screw. Let's do that. Main, replace it with out. It's easy. Okay. So that's all good. Just need to make sure we parent all of these. Actually, let's take those out of here. Just so we got them. There you go. Commands parent. Oops. There we go. There, and we put that into out layer module, no scale hierarchy, because we do not want that to scale. We don't want double transforms. Okay, point and curve. That's going to be the stuff that's going to be more interesting. Now, I did some point and curve stuff in the face already. Oops, one, nope. Points on curve B. Uniform lock. I need to do a parametric. Do I have any parametric? Oh, I do. Let's take this dictionary. Let's go down. And points on curve. layer module. So top string. Parametric point on curve is fine. Let's go the top curves for the up, base, and out. The top base and the top up, I should say. Parent is going to be out layer module. No scale hierarchy, I think. Ooh, I got some updates available. That was probably very, very loud. Sorry to scare you, if that was. Loop values we don't need, but we do need number of transforms. I think. And we're going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Probably go for 9 for now. Always bump that up a bit later. U values, that'll automatically be specified. That's all automatic. Close points, false, false, false. That should be point on curves top. And let's replace those with top and go to bot. Excelente. Man, this is going to be way too quick. So with that, in our point on curves module, we can do that and go build. So I need one for the top and one for the bot. Why are you guys freaking out? Oh, okay, that's alright. Let's see if that works. None type. Oh, that's always the... Yeah, because it can't... Okay, yeah, I always have to redo these. Reload the dictionaries because it tries to automatically find U values. Just need to reload that after the curves have actually been created. Do that uno mas. Ooh. How's everybody's day going as well? Are you guys nearly done? Is it midday in Europe? Around about that time? No, it's afternoon, right? About this time, it's always like afternoon, yeah? Let's hide those. I think it worked. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. in France. There you go. Just getting started in North America. Yes, it must be. Yeah, it's like early hours. There's never many... I don't think there's quite a lot of people who come in from North America to this stream. Just by the nature of me sort of like being so late at night. I go to sleep and then they all wake up. I've tried doing like morning streams for me, but nobody ever comes to them. So I'm just like, what's the point? So, let's see. Gonna hide drivers and all these bad boys. Let's hide the ups because we don't need to worry about them. So why are we doubling up? Oh, that's going into main. Okay. But are these all following along? Yes! 6, 6, 6, 6. Alright, that works. Let's figure out the naming convention, though, because something's going on. Outlayer, outlayer. Ah, because it's going into... Why Why is the outlayer module named incorrectly? Oh, because all the fucking time I'm not specifying the correct dictionary. I'm too tired for this. It's too late to be coding. I'm making silly mistakes. I'm a silly Billy. Alright then, so from that, where do we want to go? How did I do it from the old faces? Ooh. Joints. Yeah, that works. Let's do that. Yeah, I should really stop redoing things I don't need to redo. I like the time slot. Lets me start the day off with Twitch. It still feels like work. Gets you sort of prepared for the upcoming day. Out joints. So that's to C. That's to C. That should be base transforms. And that one should be base transforms. Name override, outlayer, prefix, bot, I. Hey, that works. Oh, I've got number of joints. Where's that? 17? Whoa, that's probably a bit overkill. Oh, music's done. We need something. Where are you? Alright, so I should use that number of joints. Let's use that to specify number of transforms in here. So based on the number of transforms for the curves, the point on curves, we then use that to create the joints, which use the outputs of the base transforms from those point of curves, and that's what they're driven by. And that should be all good. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Man, everything is like going through without erroring. That always makes me worried. Does that mean I'm actually competent at the work I do? Can't possibly be. Hey! We got some joints. Can open that up. Can do a smile. Can even rotate them. I probably want to add some additional joints into there, maybe. Or push out the corner ones. So that's a bit back. It's a good start anyway. So I can go into private. Let's see what the lips are like. Everything's pretty clean. We can hide those outs. Actually, maybe just hide the locators. But the idea now is when you like lift that up. Yeah, because when you pull that up, that should be nice and even now using my new system. So it doesn't like automatically aim at the next one. Sort of maintains this nice clean shape up here. That's something I've been wanting for a long, long time, and I'm really glad I'm starting to implement that now. So how many joints we got? We got 9, 18. So about 20 for the lips in total. I don't know if 20 is too much or too little. Honestly, it still feels too little. Considering like the amount of detail around the corners. That might be something I want to look at. Like an inward sort of curl to make it nice and clean. Could be interesting. So now I need to build a control for every single one of those. It's good. So that all opens. There we go. That's a pretty decent looking shape. Ngang, 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 ngang. Hamana, hamana. Well, you can get the idea behind all this lip stuff now and where it's sort of going. Still a bit of functionality that needs to be added in. I need to add controls on top so we can control all of this thing. I have the ability before, what I was doing is like when the bottom lip interacts with the top lip, it like automatically pushes it up. That's a really useful thing to have. Oh yeah, I've got my sort of like side to side. I need to get a way of positioning that so we can sort of do the sort of motion. Actually, how is that? Because the rotation is way back on the base of the jaw, which is probably like too far back. How does that go? I wonder if I want to sort of like influence that one. You can scrunch everything in. Yeah, maybe a bit of influence from that. Might be worth it as well. All positive influences anyway. Okay, well, some things I can do. I've still got maybe another 10 minutes to go. What are the other things I want to do? I wanted to unlock the rotation of these controls, because that would be useful. I need to add scalp stuff for the brows as well. I need to do all the lids. Oh boy, guys. Why did I give myself so much work to fix? What an asshole. Alright, well, let's do that quick. Let's commit this first of all. So we'll go, that is added lip, added main lip manipulators, and execution to end with curves, no controls. Just so we got that set up. So under the brows, I think what I've got on the lips, I think I added some, yeah, rotate, scale, lock, and scale locked. So let's take that, go into the brows, paste those in, and because we only want scale locked, at least on a lot of them. Controls, all move. Problem solving is fun. It is. Not at 11:20 at night though. I think I'm getting a little bit past it. It's been a long day, folks. firing on all cylinders. So, base controls, I think we do want those to be rotation influenced. But the tangents, I don't think that needs to be rotation. Hey, Lucas, how you doing, buddy? You're getting in towards the end of the stream. I'm kind of working towards wrapping it up, my friend. Because if I rotate that... Oh, oh, yeah, I'm never going to need that for that. So tangents can stay... where did I stash it? Rotate scale locked. Let's take that. Last week I got in right when you were saying goodbye to... Yeah, I think the... because my daylight savings kicked in here in Melbourne. So I think there's probably an hour difference between everything, which has like offsetted the stream a bit for some people. Like, I hate daylight saving stuff. It's so annoying. In my hometown, my home city, my home state of Western Australia, we voted long time ago to never do daylight savings. I am a big supporter of that. Oh, wait, have I gone to the wrong area? Quave. I want to do it for the all move, all base, tangents. These boys. You boy. Oh, excuse me. Excelente. Alright, let's run that Winamus.
I said
Oh!
up in.
Oh, and thank you very much for the resubscription, my friend. Much appreciated. Yeah, I really need to get a new video for that, don't I? Right now, these should be... Yes, we can rotate these. Actually, rotate's going to work correctly. Oh, fudge. Are you serious? Oh, wait, yeah, okay. Oh, God, I was like, why are they not rotating the right way? They should be reflective of that, so you should be able to get some angry or sad-looking brows. Actually, this is probably too many... Too many joints as well. I might need to lower that value down. We can sort of rotate those all around as needed. Wait, that one's... What's going on? It's object space. Something was happening. Oh, so dragging that, you have to select the individual axes. Otherwise, it's just world space. Interesting. Okay. On daylight savings, I suggested doing this to a partner. Everyone would assume I am an abusive psycho. Government does it despite no one liking it. Hey, I guess it's okay. Yeah, exactly. Always. Really appreciate all the great things I learned from the stream. Thank you for uploading that. Oh, no worries. I hope you get some use from the YouTube uploads as well. All the new point on curve stuff should be, I think, hopefully beneficial. Yeah, we're sort of back. We've been back into the face stuff today. Just getting my lips set up again. I will refine them a little bit as we go, but like the core functionality is sort of in there. But I'm still sort of playing with some stuff. See how we go. I think the main tricky things are out. I need to do the lids. Main thing is, like, since I started doing some more comprehensive game work, I'm always like, ooh, I might have too many joints in all of these different modules, you know? It's always, like, good to reduce the amount down if you can. Actually, I think I'm erroring in here. Let's take that error out. Let's go into my human build, because this is where the face rig is being built. Face rig, so we've got everything. Face root, eyes, jaw, brow, nose, lips, inner mouth, and lids. Can I just do a full run through of that? Let's see if everything comes through nice and clean. I mean, nothing is rigged up right now, so... Because I do deformation rig first, so helper joints, twist joints, you know, those kind of things, all of that set up first. Then the face rig, because the face rig will generate some joints, so that needs to be generated before skin clusters go in. Then I still need to do animation rig stuff as well, and swapping over some things in there. So, with this all set up, turn the joints on, we can sort of see everything in here. I just need to make sure these go into the hierarchy somewhere. So you can sort of envision what's happening. Got the jaw opening. We got the tongue. You can sort of pose that like so. Hey, hey, hey. Upper lip, we can pull that around. Nose, that can be pulled. And I've got all the level of detail stuff on here as well, so we can bump up these up and down or turn them off completely. Adding secondary controls and things back. Turning them off completely. Eye targets, can turn that on so the eyes can look at things, but primarily they're really controlled by like these simplified controls. Anything else? That's cool. Yeah, I still need to add the nasolabial, some cheek stuff, but after that, the big sort of like key features are sort of done. I wonder how many joints are actually in here right now. Where are you, tongue? Sect of all of them. See you, Sam. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, I'll probably be gone by the time you get back. Print number of selected objects. 60! 60 for the face, good lord. It's easy to reduce down than add up. You can always script a bone removal for a game. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's just trying to find, like, because most of my stuff, like, for the lips and the brows and stuff are based on curves. So it's like, well, I can, like, turn down the amount that I am building on those curves. It's just enough to, like, I want to make sure I have enough to maintain sort of, like, enough detail that I'd want. So, yeah. Like, could definitely reduce the amount for the tongue. Brow could be reduced by 2 or 3 or something. And just like when I create the eyelids and everything, just making sure you can do like 1 for each curve as well. So just 1 in the middle, that should be enough. Finally started Chris Briggs' Python lecture. It's hard, but I'm hyped. That's really cool. I think he posted some new stuff today as well. Something about like Maya environments, which I was like, ooh, that's actually really cool. I need to do some Maya environment stuff. It's really handy for quickly setting up things quickly, because I've got like I did buy NG Skin Tools, but like I need to access a license for it or something. I think there's stuff you can do with environments to help ease that, but yeah. Another thing I need to expand my knowledge on. Cool. Alright, well, what's the time? Yeah, it's getting to about that time, folks. Is there anything else I can sort of show off whilst I'm here? Yeah, just sort of like the build for everything is early days. One thing I have done is I've started relying more on sort of like class variables to do a lot of heavy lifting for setting up geometry sort of lists and things. And then I was just specifying like LODs and things like that. So what I've got on my global control are things for like block geometry, base geometry, high-res geometry. So it like changes models and things automatically based on whatever you select. Same thing, I've got options to go from like game joints and Maya if you choose to set them up and everything. So I'm using class variables a bit more to do those things because they're much easier to sort of edit than going into the init and doing stuff in there. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go through, but if you go through like bit by bit, it's a bit easier. Face rig, animation rig, attributes to transform. Oh yeah, because one thing as well, I always build my attributes on the input, sort of like a shape node that's on the transform. So it keeps all like the transform attributes separate and all the attribute ones you sort of drive on separate controls, which some people don't like. So I've added in the option to like transfer them back to the sort of. Oh, Kat, did you win? Tell me you won. I don't have no scrubs in this chat, okay? No dubs, but a lot of top threes. Don't know what that means. Check these dubs. It's good. Okay, I'll take you. I'll take that as fact then. I'll trust you enough to assume that it's good. You were catching me right at the end of my stream. I ain't got much to really say now. I am very tired. It's been a long day of talking a lot. My voice is starting to go. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Oh, this song's good. Sayonara. Works for what I'm doing. I will say sayonara to everyone. I make a valve for all my controllers just in case I need to get the shape key to higher value. Cool. Yes, thank you very much for joining, folks. Thanks to all the new people who followed tonight and the people who resubscribed and everything. I will probably stream same time next week. All of my classes that I'm teaching now are going to be over after this week, so I should be a bit more attentive and not tired from speaking for another 3 hours already. So that should all work out good. But until next stream,
Then less Geo.
catch you later, folks. Have a good one. See you next week. Bye.